The night smelled of smoke before I even saw the flames. 1 minute, my son's laughter echoed through the yard, the next, silence. The wind carried a crackle that froze my blood. Our barn was on fire. Somewhere inside, Wyatt's small voice cried out. And as the heat rose, I realized the one chance we had wasn't me. It was him, our horse, Rio. My name is Travis Hale, I'm 39 years old, and I've lived my whole life in Amarillo, Texas. I run a modest cattle farm on land my father left me. My wife passed years ago, so it's just me and my boy, Wyatt, 6 years old. We share our days with one constant companion, a chestnut American quarter horse named Rio. Strong, loyal, and gentle. Rio has been more family than livestock. Our days start before dawn, with roosters crowing and fields stretching endless under the Texas sun. Wyatt rides Rio almost every evening, his little boots barely reaching the stirrups. I'd watch from the fence, smiling at the bond they shared. Rio seemed to know when Wyatt was tired, slowing down on his own. I always said, that horse has more sense than some men I know. That Sunday started ordinary. Chores, laughter, the smell of my boy's favorite biscuits. Rio grazed quietly near the barn, tail flicking against the flies. The sky was wide and blue, a picture-perfect Texas day. We never imagined danger could creep so close, so suddenly. But by sundown, peace would turn into terror. It was late afternoon when I noticed the strange haze along the horizon. A dry wind swept through, carrying a faint sting of smoke. Fires weren't rare in Amarillo summers, but never this close to home. I tightened the barn doors, told Wyatt to stay inside. If only I had known how fast it would spread. I was mending a fence when the smell grew stronger, acrid and sharp. Then came a roar, our barn's roof snapping with fire. I dropped everything and ran, heart hammering like a drum. Through the smoke, I saw Wyatt's small frame darting inside. My boy had chased after his toy truck and was trapped. Wyatt! I screamed, but the fire drowned me out. Flames coiled along the walls, sparks raining like angry stars. The door groaned, half blocked by burning beams. I tried to push through, but the heat blasted me back. For the first time in my life, I felt helpless. Behind me, a wild sound shattered the chaos, Rio's furious neigh. The horse had torn free from his post, muscles straining. Smoke swirled around his eyes, but he didn't flinch. He barreled past me, charging into the fire without fear. My breath caught. He was going in for my son. Through the flames, I saw Rio lower his head, nudging Wyatt forward. The boy coughed, eyes wide with terror, clutching his toy. Rio pressed against him, guiding, pushing, shielding him from falling embers. Each step he took was a gamble against the fire's hunger. But he never stopped, not once. Wyatt stumbled, nearly collapsing as the smoke thickened. Rio nudged him, then dropped to his knees so Wyatt could cling on. With a powerful surge he rose, carrying my son on his back. Flames clawed at their path, timbers crashing down around them. But Rio thundered through, straight toward the doorway. I reached out, bracing against the burning frame. Through the smoke, Rio charged forward. Wyatt draped across his back. The horse didn't hesitate. He leapt over a collapsing beam. I caught my son in my arms, falling to my knees. Behind us, the barn gave one final groan, and caved in. Wyatt gasped, coughing, tears streaking through the soot on his face. "Daddy," he whispered, weak but alive. I held him close, heart breaking with relief. Rio staggered out after us, his coat singed but his eyes fierce. He shook his head as if to say, "I did it." Neighbors came running, phones dialing the fire department. Everyone stared at Rio, smoke curling off his mane. They couldn't believe what they'd just seen. "Your horse saved your boy," someone whispered, voice trembling. I knew they were right. Wyatt owed his life to Rio. By morning, the story was all over Amarillo. Local news crews parked outside our ranch, cameras flashing. They filmed Wyatt hugging Rio's neck, tears in his eyes. Reporters called him the miracle quarter horse. To me, he was family, and now a hero. A week later, the town held a gathering at the square. Kids lined up to take pictures with Rio, their laughter echoing. The mayor placed a medal around his neck, shining bright in the sun. Wyatt draped flowers across his back, whispering, "Thank you." Rio stood tall, proud, as if he understood every word. At night, I sit on the porch, watching Rio graze under the stars. Wyatt sleeps safe inside, his toy truck beside him. Sometimes I still hear the crackle of flames in my dreams. But then I remember the thunder of hooves, the courage in his eyes. And I know we'll never forget the day our horse saved my boy. Some heroes wear badges. Some carry fire hoses. Ours had 4 hooves and a fearless heart. Rio, the quarter horse, gave us more than hope. He gave us life. If this story touched you, like, comment, and subscribe to Loyal Voice for more true, heart-touching stories.